So the favorite person is a common characteristic among those of us with BPD. And the favorite person generally becomes a fixation point of someone that we share all of our good stuff with, all of our bad stuff with. We want them to be available to us. We want them to talk us through the bad times. And it can sometimes become a bit obsessive. And I've done a full-length video on this, BPD and the favorite person, so check that out. It's one of the higher rated videos on my channel. But in the moment, if you're having a crisis, okay, or you are happy and you want to invite over your favorite person to a party, or you want to see if they're hanging out, and they don't get back to you, right? Or you don't hear from them right away, or they're busy. What tends to happen? Well, for me, a lot of times what would happen is I would start to increase my texts or my emails or my messages, right? Then the second thing would be I would start to feel bad about increasing my frequency and my messages. Then once all of those messages did get to that person, they would be like, what the heck is all of this, right? And then finally, now there's some friction in the relationship. I feel bad. Then what happens is you get on that emotional Ferris wheel and you start to really worry about, are they going to leave? Are they mad at me? What's going to happen next? So there's a few things that you can do in the moment to re-regulate yourself, okay? And the first thing is stop sending that text. And I just did another little video, BPD short, about not sending that next text and just holding off. It's very difficult to do, and I know it's easier said than done. I promise you though, with time, with practice, with the effort that you put in, it does get easier. You send one text, maybe two. That's it. You have to wait for the other person to get back to you. So that's easier said than done. So what do you do while you're waiting? Well, you distract yourself, right? Sometimes when I really couldn't take it, I would turn the phone off, right? I would get really involved in something like a foreign language movie, and I would just be so entranced with the subtitles that I forgot about the text, right? A second thing that you can do is to replace the negative narrative, the rumination that's going on in your head, with something more positive. And in fact, try to think of 5 alternative explanations from why you haven't heard from your friend. Obviously, the first thing that you might think is they hate me, they're going to leave me, right? They know I done something wrong. What did I do? What did I do? Let me ask them. Let me see, right? And then you're going to start up with all these questions like, are you mad? Are we good? Are we this? Are we that? Nobody likes that, right? So think of 5 different reasons why someone not get back to you right away. And why you're doing this is so that you can expand your gray zone thinking and come off of this anxiety and release some of that by finding alternative explanations. So if you text your friend and you haven't heard from them, ask yourself or tell yourself, you know what? They're probably busy right now. They'll get back to me later. You know what? I bet they're at work right now and they're not allowed to have their phone. You know what? She did say she was going to be out for the most of the day shopping. I'm sure she's just busy right now. We're on good terms. I know she'll get back to me when she can. It's no big deal. So this is how to regulate yourself in the moment. So stopping sending all of those texts and distracting yourself, and then thinking up some alternate explanations. 9 times out of 10, or 9.5 times out of 10, you're going to find that your alternate explanations are the actual reality, and the rumination and the worry is just tied to your fears of abandonment and your low self-esteem. Aside from all of this, it's so imperative that you expand your circle of support. One person cannot be your be-all, end-all, and they certainly cannot be there for you all the time. And it's unfair to expect anyone to be able to do that. So expanding your circle is sort of like this part 2 of this, right? Join those meetup groups. Ask, your friends when you have a get together to bring a friend, right? Like I'm going to have a barbecue for a friend of mine and her boyfriend here. And I said, hey, why don't you bring that one friend of yours, right? We'll expand the party. You expand your pool, right? Talk to people on the street, right? If you have a dog, engage some other dog park owners or chat with people. There's lots of different ways. Volunteer, right? You could do a watch party, right, on Prime or something like that. Expanding that group will also give you a greater sense of self-esteem. Hey, I am likable. Hey, people do want to engage with me. Hey, I can do this. And you're going to be one step closer to having healthier, more balanced relationships. My name's Jen. You've been watching BPD Woman Shorts, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.